One of the most important things that I think the internship does for a student is it gives the student a real job experience while not actually having to be committed to the job fully. It's almost like a test run to see if you really enjoy what the company has to offer you. And that's something that I think students can take full advantage of while doing an internship. Now, I highly recommend whatever your major is or whatever you're doing in college, an internship while you're in college will benefit you greatly. It's kind of just setting you up for success like whenever you get out of college, because some internships can lead to jobs later, but either way, that experience of an internship on your resume is something huge that I think all students can add. Like, and it makes students stand out, which is a good thing to have whenever you graduate and to have whenever you're competing against other applicants. Now, good ways to find internships, there's websites out there. When I was doing my research for this podcast today, guys, I went ahead and looked at a website called Indeed.com, and that is a job application website, but you can find internships on there, and there's many filters you can put on there to kind of specify what you want for yourself. Now, according to Indeed.com, their editorial team says that internships can help you gain valuable work experience while fulfilling college requirements and give you material to add to your resume. And one thing that an internship does is when you complete an internship, you've boosted your job skills, like those hands-on skills that you need to have a specific job. And it'll introduce you to many aspects of full-time employment after you graduate. And as you explore your interests, you'll find out what you like and what you don't like. Another article by Hassan University says that students build industry relationships during internships, and internships allow students to join professional associations while establishing relationships with professionals in the field that you're interning with. And I think that is an important thing that internship adds to it is the connection part of it. Sure, you're getting the job experience, that's huge, but I think the connections you make while on your internship is arguably the most important thing that you can gain from an internship because those are what carry after you later on. Those connections you'll always have in your back pocket. Sure, you could say "Oh, I know how to do this for a specific job," but what if you don't want to take that job? You'll always have those connections if you need them, and even if you want to try something new. Now, one downside to internships that I will talk about today, this is something that I personally have faced in my life, is not all internships are paid, and you're essentially working the job that uh, the company is letting you intern for, and not all of them pay. According to Matthew Ora, only 2 out of 3 internships offer compensation for students at four-year colleges. Now that is insane when you think about it, because that means that 1/3 of internships is not paying you for what you do. And essentially you're working for free. Now the experience and the connections may outweigh that. So you want to consider that whenever you go and finally take on an internship. But this is what holds a lot of people back whenever they are doing internships. As Kayla Marcus explains, many students have complicated financial situations that make it impossible for them to afford to take unpaid internships. And while these internships can help students' careers in the long run, unpaid internships just the pros don't outweigh the cons. And at the end of the day, you have to do what's best for you and best for whatever situation that you're in. But I will say internship experience is very valuable. So if you can do whatever you can to get that internship experience, even if it is unpaid, I would fully recommend doing it. Another article here by Forbes says by their expert panel, school teaches skill but doesn't give exposure to what work is like in real life. This is why internships are crucial. Not only do you get to learn from the experts in the field, but you also get to make a connection with them and kind of pick their brain and figure out how they got to where they are and learn from their lessons that help them to get in the position that they're in. And you're also getting like full on exposure into whatever industry you're interning for. And this is something that I think can be very valuable while you're in college. And it's something that I think will hold value over everything else.